Hi everyone. So as you may or may not know, my temple had asked me to come and give a sermon when our rabbi was on sabbatical, and I gave the sermon. People loved it and asked me to video it. So for those that were not able to be there and hear it, that they would have a chance to hear it, at least virtually. So I'm going to read it to you, and I hope you enjoy it. I was driving my kids to school a couple days ago and told them that I would be speaking here today. My son asked me why the sisterhood, who I want to thank for this opportunity, why they had asked me to speak. I confess that when I was asked, I wondered the same thing. Everyone has successes, failures, talents. Everyone has a story. So why me? My daughter answered my son in the car, because mommy inspires people. So I hope that with my story, as with all of our stories, I can leave you some inspiration. I came to the US from Iran at the age of 6, having escaped with my mother and sister on the back of a pickup truck through the desert to Pakistan, then Vienna, and then the United States. I was an ESL, I had a mustache, and I was a complete and utter nerd. When I was 16 years old, my mother passed away from breast cancer, and my amazing and forward-thinking father allowed me to go to New York to study. That wasn't common at all back then. The girls of the family were held close by until marriage. Going away to school was quite taboo, and in our first generation Persian community, it connoted promiscuity and piercings. My first day of medical school, my father called to remind me that the most important degree was MRS. This was only after I was clearly about to get my MD. This was wonderful advice, however, that I continue to give my residents. Keep your social life caught up with your professional life. Both matter, and one without the other may not be fulfilling for everyone. One Shabbat during medical school, when I was back in LA, an older woman, when told that I was pursuing plastic surgery, laughed and asked me why I would do that. "As soon as you have kids, you'll have to quit," she said. I can name dozens more instances of discouragement and gender bias, unfortunately many times from other women. Questions like, if both you and your husband work, who cooks for your children? After consulting with a patient, this happens, they then ask you to refer them to a male doctor. Like, doctor, send me to a good man. This week's Parsha talks about protecting the needy and those who cannot protect themselves. When you give a loan to someone in need, do not charge interest, for example. And about women, about virgins and widows and daughters, many case studies about protecting women. My parents, through education, through letting me go away to get an Ivy League education, by encouraging me to pursue a surgical career, they allowed me to protect myself. They ensured that I would make life decisions and marry out of love, not dependence. My education, in addition to my family, give me purpose in life beyond what one could do without the other. Purpose is having a mission beyond just yourself. It is a calling. It is the key to self-respect and the best antidepressant. So with respect to needing laws to protect women who couldn't protect themselves, I propose that we encourage women. We educate our sons to love and marry strong women, and our daughters to become them. Because there are a lot of people who need protecting out there, and I hope that soon, with education, encouragement, and support, women will not be on that list. When we were coming to America, I made my own suitcase from paper bags and duct tape. I was known for this type of handiwork, earning me the name from my mother, متخصص کارهای بیخودی, which means an expert in useless things. But all of these life experiences and seemingly useless activities made me the person I am today, the plastic surgeon I am, the mother and wife I am. I have been able to juggle both, a family and the coolest, most creative, most gratifying career. It didn't happen overnight. It required many hours, many nights, many sacrifices, and most of the sacrifices were for my kids and my husband, not having me there, not attending recitals, Cheerios for dinner, but I hope that they feel it was worth it. I hope to be living the values I try to teach them. Grit, hard work, passion, sacrifice. These are the pillars of success and satisfaction. I owe my success to my parents, to my family, and to my Jewish community and values. I thank you for your support and love. It is the cherry on top of my dream life. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed.